realized that the music is so loud I can't even hear myself. Sorry about that. I hope that's good. Waiting for the 20-second delay to catch up so I can figure out if I'm good to stream or not. I wish it was a shorter delay. That'd be nice. Okay, so update. My finger is still a bit wonked. So it's gonna be a few more days before I can crochet. Maybe. Now sounds way too quiet. I wish I. So, part of my goof up this morning is that I somehow accidentally clicked the volume button for the game, and I can't remember what setting it was at. So, please pardon the delay on top of delays. Alright, let's see if this works. Oh, first, the one part that I can't really like test very well by myself. Uh, sorry for the. It's just one of those mornings again. It was adorable, but the cat kept running into my room and hiding under my bed, which is the other reason why I'm a bit behind too. Let's try that setting. I swear you think I'd have it down by now, but nope. I'm just still goofing and learning and feeling terrible. Okay. See. Oh, so also to try to get through the episodes because honestly, I've been hankering to play more of this over the whole weekend. I will probably try to do like 2 episodes of Ace Attorney a day until we get through at least the first episode and see how that schedule goes. After some appointments this week because those are important, unfortunately. Oops. Alright, I think I got everything fixed. until like 5 minutes later. Alright, let me jigger 2 more things and hope that it works. Put on my IRL headphones, well, my second headphones that wasn't attached to the outside streamer or however that goes. Alright. So, ready to play? I hope so. Continue the adventure. So I didn't really think of too many more food-based insults, but oh, okay, I did, but they were almost all entirely salt-based. But salt is delicious. Let's see. Oh, right, okay. I think forgetting any more stuff to. I don't think so. I think I said everything. So right now the schedule is nothing but the Ace Attorney series because my finger's still borked. And if I can finagle a way to film it, I actually do have another project, but it's a bigger project that doesn't technically have to do with straight up crocheting, but it still uses giant crochet hooks because crochet is awesome. Alright, get into the story. Oh, sorry, my chair is really squeaky today. Sorry, a bit tired too. I didn't sleep well again. 22nd November, 1:14 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. Oh yeah, the surprise witness. Or evidence? Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why the sudden ingress into my courtroom? I hope I remember all the voices. Ha! Judicial assistant, and a woman no less. Oh, you salty avocado. The rules state that females are not permitted in this court of law other than to testify. Yes, I fully understand. I ask only for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense. Ha! You're too late, little girl. That's not the voice. This trial has already been concluded. 5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more. But, Your Excellency... take that, you Spartan. I am most grateful. Who exactly are you? I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this for now. What is it? A report about something written in English? It's just the breast research. Exclamation dot? The Englishwoman's? Yes, the soggy piece of toast over there. After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this paper. Ah, thieved. Oh, oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case? I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself. Yeah, you've kind of been not here. Oh, no, of course not. This side of the bench is getting a bit crowded. Special characteristics of Qtilfa and its effects on human subjects. Interesting. I can't pronounce that word. What's that? I've never heard that word before. Time's up. The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom. There was too little time for me to read it in detail. but I've summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it. This is wonderful, thank you! The report has been added. Let me check it! Boop, 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 boop. Gonna look at the thing. Oh. Thought it was a proper inspection. But still. See, poison made from the bark. Hunters in the region to incapacitate prey. Effects. Instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, even in minute doses. Yep, that's important. Route of entry. When poison enters through a wound, such as that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. Definitely also very poisonous when ingested, I'm sure. Lastly, due to ability to render paralysis. Believe that the toxin can happen as an anesthetist. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the full body paralysis must be found first, or patients will die of suffocation. Ouch. Yeah, that's very not good. Super not good. I need a drink of water. Water drink. I wish I had like a what's it called? Like a I guess a picture of water that I could feed my Beroid. That'd be adorable. Oh no, don't you start controller drift. Putting my water down. Alright, back to the story. Goodbye then, and good luck. Thank you, I'm still learning your name. You have had long enough, Council. We cannot detain our English guest any longer. Yes, you can! You're just letting your lower brain decide the timing. Dot, dot, dot. I ask the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but... The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency. Oh, hey Skullbot! How you do? Welcome to the stream. It's been a while since I've seen you. Boop. Sorry, also apparently I have messages coming in at the same time. Skullbot 2070 says it has! Let's see. Well, welcome back. It's nice to see you in the chat again. Try to brain. Ryunosuke, we're out of options here. I know, bro. Come on, help me out. This really is our very last chance. I'm gonna change his voice to that. Yes, I know. Turbine slap. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. That look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Brett? Yes, Your Excellency. If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer. Brain. No, wait, did I ask? Sorry, my brain is a little glitchy again. It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. I'll have to politely decline. Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. Yes! Finally! Keep her here! That's very, very soggy, salted piece of toast. Ooh, better insult. Unbuttered toast. Nah, that just sounds weird. Sorry. I really don't like this character, which I'm not supposed to, because she's kind of villainy, but... I realized it was phrased as a question. However, I must ask you to treat that as an order. Dot dot dot. I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense. I want to call you so many terrible curse words. Grr. Oh, sorry, I got sidetracked again. My apologies, dear lady. So, counsel, what is this new evidence that demands the court's attention? Well, the one that literally just got brought in. Bloop. Nope. Present.
Yes!
I mean, if I presented anything else, I'd just look like a fool. Miss Giselle, is it Giselle? Giselle? I am unsure. Miss Giselle Brett, we understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at Yume University, doing research. Dot dot dot. Research, by sheer coincidence perhaps, into a deadly poison. Skullbot 2070 says, the plot thickens! Yes, like pudding. What? Poison? Where are you going with this, counsel? A toxin known as Kilhuth. I wish I could pronounce words better. Your Excellency, even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death.
Objection!
What complete and utter nonsense? You say? I've never even heard of it. Oh, are you gonna do like your future great however many great-grandchild? Where he just believes in the beautiful client so much he loses all his hair from drinking poison? Because that one's so bad. I just realized I spoiled a very minor part of the first episode? One of the episodes in the Future Ace Attorney. I'm so sorry. But I swear it's not the hugest part. You wouldn't have done? Okay, that was a bit weird. Well, what do you mean? I mean that you wouldn't have heard of Kilhuth before for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist? Surprised! Correct, which means no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they'd never identify Kilhuth. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this deadly poison. Da-da-da. What? How diabolical. Order, order, order! Counsel, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report, authored by the visiting research student from England, Kilhuth has long been used by the tribespeople of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists. To lace their arrows? Ha! Take that! Any chance to ruin his day is a good day. The report states that it is produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle. Skullbot asks, what are we ordering? Well, I figured just desserts. I'm sorry, that was awful. Oh, sorry, hold on, you got another thing you gotta look at. Alright, everything's good, maybe, possibly. Okay, did I read this line already? I'm forgetting. The tree, The report states that it is produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle, and it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brent? Dot, dot, dot.
Attention!
Trumpery! These aspers are utter trumpery! To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain, and the other diners would have surely noticed. That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Well, let's read the rest of that little note. Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. Don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. That's because on top of the anesthetics he was already on, it was another anesthetic, so he would have been double anesthesiaed. According to this, however, it's the other way around. What do you mean, the other way around? The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that was used. Explain yourself, counsel. The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all. Ugh, that's a horrifying thought. How terrible! Obviously, if a man lost all strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. But with a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow, Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death. Brain. Dot dot dot. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe, it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail. Respiration? In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. Ugh, what a way to go. And all the while, the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move. Yeah, that's really horrifying. That's hideous. To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly poison. Dramatic silence. Dot dot dot. And you're suggesting that this bottle, Council, actually contains this terrifying poison? I just realized I didn't do his voice at all. This is all very convenient, isn't it? A hitherto unknown poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense. Ahem, if I may. All these facts. Hold on, I want to read what he was trying to say. But yes, she told him to shut up. See, all these facts, you think you're so clever, but you must be taught some manner. It is you who must be taught. Of course. Dear lady. That's really hard of a voice, that extended apologies. Dot dot dot. So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it? What? You steal another's honest hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them? No, I'm literally trying to prove my innocence because you are the obvious guilty party. For everyone not in this courtroom. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act. Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual. Whatever do you mean? Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime? That really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree?
Objection!
Enough of this! I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules. Oh, yeah, because anyways. What's so funny? Oh, excuse me. Your Excellency. Cursive? Yes, Miss Brett. No, do not give it to her. Don't do it. May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please? Don't do it. What did it? No, you idiot. Well, yes, I don't see, why not? Because it's important evidence. Oh, no. Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys. I don't like you. Sorry? To an Englishwoman such as myself, this whole affair is a farce. I can't pronounce this word. Comedy. Your little police games and these foolish courtroom antics. It's laughable, really. Exclamation dot. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Cheers. Da-da-da. Wait, what are you doing? No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair. Well, she lived. So either she's immune to it or it wore off by now. Lots of dots. Goodness. Whatever is the matter? You all look quite stunned. Dots. So, no kid. The bottle was clean, is what you're saying? You look quite incredulous, little boy. But of course, that's the simple truth. I don't like you, soggy toast. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett. I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries. Yes, dear lady, we are most gratified with all the assistance you have given. She has barely given any assistance. Mostly lies. No, poor Ryunosuke. This doesn't make sense. There had to have been poison in that bottle. So how? How did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? I know, that's a great question. I don't understand it. Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. Oh, I want to say curse words. Okay, let's see. How about something along the lines of... Ooh, ha! You limp carrot. Oh gosh, that was an awful one. There There has to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have keeled over dead. Come on, Ryunosuke, we have all the clues now. That bottle of water. Okay, I'm gonna save here because otherwise I'm gonna be like, no, if I fail. Save complete. Bloop. Okay, so the bottle doesn't contain poison, but what about the wine glass in her purse? Oh no, you did not. Okay, anyways, this doesn't seem like you thought this before. As I thought, there is no poison in that bottle. What? Why, Ryunosuke? Isn't it obvious? If there was poison in there, she'd be dead by now. ... Sometimes your unadulterated naivete really astounds me. But sometimes it's in need of a good staining. Until it's as dark as your uniform in the ways of the world. Oh, is that what this color is supposed to represent? No, it's in the wine glass. Ugh, that was a... Ouch. Well, I thought I would give you a chance to present the wine glass in her mesh bag. Oh, the guileless ending to a promising line of inquiry, counsel for which you will be penalized. Okay. Let's load that save. Time travel. Bloop. Bloop. Good thing it let me save right on top of it. Contains poison. The culprit did put him poison into Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. The defense refuses to change its position. You're serious.
Attention!
Fool, are you blind? There's no possible way that bottle could contain poison. I mean, we just saw Miss Brett drinking the water from it. That's right. Which rather complicates your arguments, I think. And I believe that complication can be explained. How exactly? ... I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. It has to be. Very well. If the defense truly intends to assert this claim, ... then I must ask you to support this assertion with evidence. What explains how the witness was able to consume the supposedly poisoned water unscathed? That's an excellent question. I'm gonna save real quick. Spastic Saver to the rescue. Okay. I think I know how this is supposed to go. But I cursed you. Okay. I don't actually know which evidence is the what I need to present. Alright, is there anything new? Can I present new things? Alright, skippy skip skip. Already read this. Yeah, see? What's evidence? Anyways. See. It was on the victim's table. Is there anything more in the report? Because that's the only new thing I got. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, I will be honest, I have no idea what to present here.
Yes!
Let's try this. Nope, that wasn't right. It seems the defense, or should I say, the wretched accused, ... is the only real source of complication in this case. You have to think harder than that, defendant. Sorry, Your Excellency. I'll try to find some better supporting evidence. They make it more complicated than it needs to be. Alright, I'll do my best to find an answer that fits the facts. Okay, so I guess I'll try to... If it offends... Okay.
Yes. Objection.
Okay, so that's where it is. So it is the report. I think. Bloop. Sorry about all the time travel, but I don't... I want to make sure I have as many chances as possible for every future guess. The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research report.
Objection.
That's not a valid explanation. No? After all, we don't speak English. That report is utter gibberish. Oh, cursed stuttering. This impudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency. Not trying to ridicule anyone, honest. Just reading Suzato-san's notes. I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You will direct it to the pertinent section, Counsel. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer to this riddle? Let's look at that again, because I'm just kind of blind looking at this. I think it's the third one, isn't it? Reading. I think it's practical applications. It's gotta be, right? Boop. It's written right here under practical applications. Yeah, I think. Oh, really? Go on. Well, think about it. You want to know how the poison can be drunk without it taking effect? That's a practical application of, the poison's used as a drink. Maybe. Sorry, my throat got really dry at the end of that.
Objection.
You'll have to do better than that. I shudder to think how we'll fare the... Ouch! Come on! Yes. Ryunosuke. What? Read properly. I am, but my brain be kind of glitched. Thanks for the concise advice. Yeah, Ryunosuke. So that explains how the Englishwoman could have taken it with no ill effects. See, you don't have any more clue about that Englishwoman than I do. It's completely intractable. Yeah. Let's get back to me trying to figure this out. So then have to be special characteristics. Let's see. Aha, this is the right one. Okay. Loading. Sorry about the loading, but also, like I said, I want as many chances as possible. Bloop.
Yes.
Alright. Skip ahead. Alright. Special characteristics. We've been hearing a lot about this poison. This left me curious about something. Oh, Counsel? Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting. So we've been led to believe, yes. And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please. But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison. Good gracious Counsel. Now that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? I see. That makes sense. Yes, the mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. ... But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. Yay, explanations! When Kithitha enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poison effects whatsoever. What? Miss Brett, you authored this research. You knew Kithitha's special characteristics. And you knew that you could make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself. ... You meddling little... rapscallion! Ah, we got a reaction out of her. Yes! Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Yes! Bro, you are such an awesome bro. Really? Me? I mean, that's what you're going to school for, isn't it? Lawyer?
Objection!
All this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure. But I failed to see how it... Possibly. I just noticed that her mask, extended. So, the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. Your book, specifically. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. What are you trying to say? Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw. Schoolboyish? Flaw? As even your brain has managed to deduce, the Kithitha is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric... I can't pronounce these words. Oh, yes, well, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they? Good question. I don't have the answer. So, if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? The gasp. That's right. Good gracious. That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand. No. You sugar candy would be a compliment. Let's see. What's something that sugar doesn't go with? Aha! Sugared steak still sounds good. Curses. Not very good with the insults today. Order the court. Order! The logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. No, because he was double anesthetic. Are you trying to suggest? Yes, this Kithitha poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that. Oh, you sugared lemon. ... What is this welling up inside me? Insert an appropriate joke here. I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey. Yes, Ryunosuke! Let's do this! He did the thing! He said it! He said the thing! Her mask is so funny. I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett. How dare you use that tone with me? What are you, my mother? You know very well there is no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Exclamation dot. She's getting trapped. Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence. As we now know that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the Kithitha? Because he was dentisting. No, that's the business card. Report card. Boop.
Take that!
Oh, Ryunosuke. You're so awesome now. As was so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal difference? Exclamation dot. Also, what's with her face? She just looks hilarious. Okay, focusing. The toxic effects of Kithitha are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So, for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking is completely harmless. But, what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Oh, that also makes sense. He did get a tooth removed. Yes, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. Oh, Ryunosuke's coming into his own. What? Ah! Mr. Brett, you acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. So that's it. You used that knowledge to orchestrate this. ... Is she laughing? Yes, she is. I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are so... I actually don't know how to say that word at all. Never came up before in my life. What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. Gasp! You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. I told you all! I told you to not leave the evidence by her! I told everybody! This is not a surprise. But it is dramatic. No! I mean, it could just slip. Oh dear, how careless of me. Oh, you soggy potato. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed. No! What is it? What just happened? It's the Englishwoman. She just smashed that bottle. Entered the Supreme Court. What a terrible blunder. What blunder? It was very obviously on purposeness. Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect up as much of the water for that broken bottle as possible, at once. You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you, it will soak up the water beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. Oh, you soggy potato. No, wait, I know. You dry biscuit. How could you? You won't get away with this. You can thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. But I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there really was poison in that bottle, or not. You. And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution? Oh, of course, of course. You're referring to this photographic prints, I presume, dear lady. That's right. And really, looking at this photograph, it's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So, of course, The only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy.
Objection!
Yeah, you object, Kazuma. No, you killed the victim that day using and then, in order to frame Yunosuke Naruhodo for the crime, you waited until he picked up the pistol you'd arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. But we don't have evidence of a second gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor and his chair around. You see, you had every opportunity to commit this crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. Exclamation dot. A hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. Unfortunately, that's accurate. Exactly! And as you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution's stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. This is unbelievable. How can this be happening? Because they let Flargan important evidence next to the witnesses. We had her, but now she's really gonna get away with it? Of course not. But I am excited to see how we get her. The way she destroyed that evidence was obscene. Ryunosuke, yes, we've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it. What do you mean? We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So if there are any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head. In my head? Okay, yeah, that one caught me off a bit. You told me before that your powers of observation were the one thing you could really depend on. Well, yes, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head. I mean, that's not wrong. So think back again now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell. Exclamation. Dot. What I saw, what I felt. Every color. Oh! Surprised! Is Kazuma right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of this same scene in my head. Could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? Of course there's a clue, otherwise I'd be in trouble. Oh wait, I just realized we hit the 1 hour mark. Woo! Yay, hour mark, hour mark. We made it to the first hour mark. Okay, sorry, I'm just happy that we made it. Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. You always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? It's the bluff. The bluff is always up my sleeve. Come on, then. Let's wipe the smug smile off that Englishwoman's face with some evidence. Flarg, yeah, let's do it. Alright, I can't wait. It's been niggling? I hope I'm saying that right. For a while, that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it is, could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this. Also, the burn is on his right hand, and the stick thingy is where the burn came from, is at the opposite side, so he was obviously turned around. It's here somewhere that... I would think it's the bright red bloodstain, but let's save just in case. Bloop. Save complete. Bloop. It's here somewhere. The clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's real killer must have been is... Bloop, 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 bloop. And I assume it's this way.
Take that!
Because it's the... Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this! Dot dot dot. Yes? What is it? Ugh, he's still miles away. Probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. Well, it did kind of hurt his perfect, inspections that he's so proud of. As you've said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that... excuse me. The plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day.
Objection!
Oh, wait a minute. Where are you going with this? Where are you going with this, little boy? To your cell, hopefully. It's just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a spattering of blood. What? Dot dot dot. Oh really? And what of it? Obviously that must have happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Exclamation dot. Ha! You've been caught in your own lie. Finally. For again. Or again? Not for again. For again. Tired brain. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything here. Everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Ah! Yes. For blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor, as you were. Giselle Brett. I beg your pardon?
Objection!
Cursive, cursive. This is beyond ridiculous. Fabricated nonsense. Is the court seriously expected to believe something the accused has apparently just remembered seeing?
Hold it!
Yes! Come to my rescue, Sir Detective. This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. Inspector, you mean... Yes, I took the plate in the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. You did what? I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. And I did it all in the name of justice. You really need to do better about this evidence collecting. Otherwise, fantastic. Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a bloodstain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now. Dramatic timing. Inspector, the court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately. Yes, sir. It's so exciting. Sorry for the delay. Here's what you ordered. The steak. I think your habits are a bit bleeding in here. Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it? Of course there isn't. Quickly, Inspector. The blood man. Show the court. Of course. Examine the plate at your leisure. Well, this is probably the soldier's plate. You did say you just said you collected both plates. Where's the other plate? No blood. No blood anywhere. But no, that's impossible. Also, let me see. Is that the same number of bites? 1, 2, 3. Okay, still don't number of bites. So I know my side. I'm sure of it. And I don't think they have luminol testing for this era. Probably. It was right there on the table beside the professor. There was blood on the side of the plate. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. Stop insulting me. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. You brioche bun, you. I don't know what other terms that are curse words to say. I almost called her the bun. Anyways, focusing. Ah! I couldn't agree more. You are just... in the case of this disgrace to the Empire. Oh, hi there, Michael Bear. Welcome to the stream. Need to refresh my chat, apparently. Let's see. Michael Bear says, "Oh my goodness, did our duck hatch just move?" It did. Skullbat says, "Hey, Michael Bear. Oh, come on, chat, refresh so I can read this easier." Bloop, bloop, refresh. So, yeah, there's so much drama has happened. There we go, refreshing. I believe we may finally have reached a conclusion of this trial. Again, finally! Mega Bear says, "Hi, Skullbot, how's everyone doing?" Skullbot says, I vote we all curb stomp the Spawn Lady. Now, I'm fine with just calling her hilarious food curse words. Skullbot says, "It's going alright. You, question mark?" "I'm doing okay. I had to do an earlier stream because I have an appointment today, but I wanted to know what's happened so bad, so I kind of scheduled this way earlier than I usually do." Let's see. Cursive. Let's hope so. Cursive. This let's pretend attempt at courtroom proceedings is painful to watch. Ah, you salty bun. Yeah, no, my food name calling is really bad today. Like, not even that clever. But I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over. Ugh. ... Ha! This sorry-looking steak reveals the facts all too clearly. Mega Bear says, "That's good to hear. I'm doing alright as well. Yay! If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest. Yes, please let me examine it." The plate of steak, which looks delicious, by the way. Ah, gosh, I'm hungry. I really want to eat steak. Steak sounds so good right now. Alright, inspect it. I need to inspect it. Maybe the blood is on the bottom side. Bloop, bloop. Huh? What the world is this? I think it's a Koban coin. And the hallmark is from the Hawaii. Oh, it's that coin that got lost earlier! The mystery has been solved. No, I don't mean what is it. I mean, what's it doing there? It's obvious this is the wrong plate. ... Wait, did you say it was a Hawaii Koban? Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. So this is the first time today that there's been talk of a Hawaii Koban. I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of bullion and oh no, my stuttering. Mega Bear says, "I have absolutely no idea why there's a steak here right now, but all I know is that I'm hungry and I need one." Same. Steak sounds so delicious right now. And I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means so many things. But, steak, it sounds so good right now. Zoom! I certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath this thick cut of meat. And it's from the Hoaer, too. That would make it really quite valuable. Well, it's marinated in the juices as well. Don't talk about the delicious juices of steak. It's making me hungry. What are you thinking? What, are you thinking of eating it? No, but the next time I order steak at an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure, my heart's gonna be racing as I lift up the meat and peer underneath for a prize. Really, a prize? That's so dumb. But adorable. I think you might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke. Koban underneath the steak, which means it's the wrong steak! Alright, is there any other... Okay, more evidence to look at. This emblem on the side of the plate. Is it a cat? No, it's the... We went over this earlier. It's a cow, obviously. Most likely because the restaurant's signature dish is beef steak, which is delicious, by the way. Great, now we're going to be going on and on about how delicious steak is for the next 20 minutes. Seems a lot of different restaurants have their own unique tableware, so this is the symbol of La Carnival, is it? Alright, anything else? Anything else? Alright, I think that's it. Alright, onward with the trial. Was the plate I saw, or thought I saw, just a figment of my imagination? No, it's the wrong plate! Like, literally, the waiter detective said 2 minutes ago he grabbed both plates. Why did he put the wrong one down? Besides dramatic storytelling. This is it now. I've lost. Ryunosuke, it's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Thanks, bro. I needed that confidence boost. Huh? Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward no matter what. Thank you, Kazuma. You are such an amazing bro. Believe in myself? Really? Huh. Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself. Which I did, because, well, you know, it's really obvious. As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. No, it's super necessary. We just need the correct evidence. Give me the correct evidence. Does the defense have any objection? I have several, for the record. That bloodstain was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any other clues at all? Yes! We already found that clue. Your Excellency, please wait! This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth. Again, for the umpteenth time of this trial. The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beef steak. Hey, beef steak is delicious. What cursed name did I call him last time? I think it was like something like... Nope, I forgot. Let's see, I'm gonna go with... No! Sorry, I just started Skullbutt. Okay, sorry, Skullbutt 2070 says, such a high stakes game. Boo. Terrible punnage. But it was still funny. Okay, let's see. Well, okay. Insult. Aha! I know. I'm gonna call you a sugared lemon, Mr. Alpha. Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? No, you haven't. You deliberately destroyed evidence in front of the whole entire courtroom, which I'm still really upset about. I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial. Like you have any real power here. I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I'm completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled. Thank you, Judge. I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it? Thank you, Your Excellency. Yes, thank you for at least giving me a chance. Or 5. Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court to what you are alluding. Where precisely on this beefsteak, or plate of beefsteak, is this new clue to be found? Well, it's under it, actually. See what the world didn't. Yep, okay, we already read through all this. Let me fast forward! What's it doing there? Dot dot dot. Oh, it won't let me skip. We already read all this though. Let me skip. Nope, we can even bring in the we can bring in an expert. Because the expert was literally here not even 10 minutes ago. Well, okay, more like several hours ago, but that's just gameplay time. See, blah blah blah, skipping, because I've already read this. Steak. Plus, I want to stop thinking about steak. I'm already hungry. Steak is so delicious. My mouth is watering just from thinking about it. Okay, yeah, this is the... Oh, wait. I forgot to present it. Duh. Good gracious. That's... Koban? What on earth? Ahoy heroine at that. Miss Brent. This is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, is it? Dot dot dot. Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat? Heck. What a ridiculous question! How should I know? I ruffled her feathers. I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what this is, but I want no part of it. Objection! I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin underneath the meat. That could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in a moment of distraction. Objection! A Koban coin? Really? Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident? The kitchen? A rare Hawaii Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak? Negabear says, ah yes, I do love my steak served with a piece of old coin. Absolutely delicious. Definitely adds a bit of flair to the plate, don't it? If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right. It can't be a coincidence. It's not! I know exactly! Your Excellency. Yes, Counsel? A rare Hawaii Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now. You don't... You're not a lawyer, right? Well, I mean, you're a lawyer by default, but... Okay, anyways. Objection! By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you, anyway. Oh, come on, that was just mean. I mean, it was funny, but that was just mean. Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who is irrelevant. Ow. Even though I'm the one on trial here? The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under that steak. The owner? Yeah. It's really flaring and obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. The owner of the Koban that was found underneath the beefsteak is... Curio Kore... I tried. I really did. Take that! Oh, he's not doing baby slaps anymore. I'm so proud of him. Obviously, it could only be the antique dealer and owner of Curio Kore... Son. Cute, as in Mr. Cucumber something? What a brisket! I had to think really hard on that one. Okay. Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable. Your biscuit is dry. And your tea is cold. Ah, yes. Wait, wrong place. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct? Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Ho'er Koban, my prized coin. This Ho'er Koban, do you mean to tell me?
Attention!
No, please, why would it go to San's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? It makes no sense, unless someone was trying to steal it
Yes!
at the other table. Which is why I'm asking to bring Kovetsu-san to the witness stand, so we can ask him. Yes, that's what this trial is for. Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment's delay. I can't believe we come back around to that pair again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find that it's a key element in the case. Yes, because he brought out the wrong plate. Oh, this poor dad and his mustache. What's this all about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that it's dinner time for little baby Aido? Oh, his name is Aido. How cute! Still a gross nose booger thing, but he's just adorable. When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves. Exploited by the police, we were, like miserable dogs, forced to bear false witness. And when cast from this courtroom, myself, I became a ruined man in a trice, a worthless, withered antique. Nothing more have I to say. The sun is set on this I can't pronounce this word, I'm sorry. Shop owner's existence. Be that as it may, Konakuta-san. Hey, I said it right! Yay! Something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your... What? Oh no, his 4 foot! Oh, sorry. Surprised! His 4 foot! That... Wait, I'm really curious what the rest of it... have you ever seen this Koban? Okay. Yes, that's it! That's the one! The very one! The very exact one that it is! The resplendent, splendiferous holy treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day! It can't be! As I thought. Young man! Enlighten this decrepit old fool! Put me out of my misery! Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped? Under a delicious steak. Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. I'm okay. Water break, sorry. Water break, need water. Water, so delicious. We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meats. Stop talking about the delicious juices. This is torture. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong place. Boo, this is torture. There we go. I'm learning my buttons again. But gosh, this sounds so delicious. This is a sandwich. This is soaking. This is seriously. I know, poor coin. Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident. Which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose. And it's really, really obvious. Somebody concealed my Hawaii treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate. Who would do such a thing? Such an unconscious thing. Gee, I don't know, maybe the surprised person right next to you. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. More dot dot dots. Excuse me. Could I say something? Yes, definitely. Say it. Yes, of course. Whew, yawning, sorry. Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga. Dot dot dot. I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case. Ah, yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation. La Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant that attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it? Yes, I took on the job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. That reaction, man. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part. The identity of the person who stole and hid Koda-san's Koban is all too clear. What? I mean, it's really, really obvious. What? I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Tell us, who is this despicable scoundrel that stole Koda-san's Koban and hid it under the stake? I mean, it's really obvious.
Take that!
Obviously, it could only be you. Sergeant Iesa-no-sa. I love the puns of these names. What? How? How dare you? Well, it couldn't have been your baby if it was strapped to your back the whole time. Just saying. You monster. Monster? I stole that Koban, did I? I'm the master thief of La Carnival, am I? No, you just tried to steal the one coin. You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me. It was Ido. Ido was the mastermind behind all this. Well, I mean, I did jokingly say earlier that they could have been the baby with the grabby hand. But how did it get under the stake is what I want to know. Dot dot dot. More dot dot dots. Dot dot dots. Mega Bear says, the poor baby who was probably just napping at the time. Nah, well, I'm still standing by the baby has grabby hands theory. You would push the blame for your crimes onto your own son, an innocent little baby. It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa. I don't think it was actually, let's find out. I'm not gonna do that, it hurts. What the floor? Ouch, was that his back? I'll be honest, I don't know how to react to that. That was crazy. But I mean, like, I know he was trying to be a warhorse for his son, but ouch, that looked like it hurt something terrible. Okay, focusing back to the story. Gosh, that looked awful. Nippon Imperial Army, Sergeant Yasunosa, preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir. Also, his son's so adorable. Also, that poor mustache is ruined. Do any of you know of the extraordinarily low wages the Nippon Imperial Army pays those that it expects to keep our country safe? I understand that the temporary increase in taxation, owing to the recently ended conflicts, remains in place. And I have heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes? All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son. That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant? The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days, I'd go there and do reconnaissance for a target. And I'd enjoy chopping my way through a good steak at the same time. I'll be honest, I did not expect him to be the master thief. Maybe for the 1 coin, but like, dang. Backstory incoming. It sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork even, which is worryingly believable. And your target that day was the old man and his koban? Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all. A veritable phantom thief you are. I was all set to leave the steak I was halfway through devouring when it happened. Craig! Yes, when the professor was shot. I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. I'd know too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could, on the double. I slipped it under the steak, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date. ... Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. So many dots. Wonder who said this one. I'm gonna guess it's the soggy biscuit. This is ridiculous. Ha! Caught it. Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time. Well, Miss Brett. Oh, of course, dear lady, of course. How rude of us. I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer. There is every reason to detain... Stop thinking with your lower brain. May the esteemed gentleman please be excused, Your Excellency. Indeed. The theft of the koban was clearly perpetrated... This is not the trial for the koban coin! By this baby-saddled sergeant. It would certainly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder. And it's completely related! For the fact of, we brought out the wrong steak plate. Of course it is. Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. Nonsense, is it? Well... Oof. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Very well. Now that all questions concerning this witness's testimony have been answered, I see no further justification for Yes! Because it's the wrong plate! Miss Brett, you are free to leave. Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone. No! How dare you! And and good day. Get the flarg back here. ... Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? This is no time for daydreaming. Agreed. Oh, no, it's just something about Miss Brett's parting words there got me thinking. Can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred with me. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up. Yes, we know what it is. Oh, curses. Hold on, I need to refresh my chat again. Mega Bear says, I still can't pronounce his name. See, it's such an absolute wet sock who did nothing good for anyone in this trial, I swear. It's so true. Right. Okay. Let's see. If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking. Make your voice heard. I know. Why bother thinking when you can just say out loud everything going on? Sorry? You could think later, but if you don't call it now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over.
Hold it!
Yes! Wait, Miss Brett! What is it now? I'm afraid, just one last time. There's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago. What are you talking about? What contradiction?
Attention!
What new student nonsense is this? Well, what parting words are you talking about, Ryunosuke? Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Yes, I'm right. What you said there exposed an undeniable contradiction. Yes, that I've been wanting to point out for like 30 minutes. Going to need to see evidence, counsel. If Miss Brett's words truly are contradictory, where's the evidence to prove it? Saving! Spastic Saver! To the rescue! Boop. Just in case I somehow get this wrong. Oh, curse you. Okay. I forgot what it was. Okay. So it would be... I'm going to guesstimate it's this one.
Take that!
Whew, that was a lucky guess, because honestly I wasn't sure for a second. The photographic prints of the scene taken immediately after the incident occurred. Oh, what's interesting is the plate of steak that you can see on the victim's table. The steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the sorry, that yawn came out of nowhere a bit. Before the professor was killed, yes. Go on. More accurately, Your Excellency, the steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed. Now you're just splitting hairs. ... Not true. Doesn't something about the steak strike you as very unnatural? Oh, I get it! She swapped the plates! Unnatural? What on earth do you mean? It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. Exclamation dot! I've seen you noticed it too, Miss Brett. Noticed what exactly, counsel? Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork. Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself. Ugh. Take a good look at the steak. In particular, the edge where it's been eaten. It looks so delicious. As you can see, there are clearly defined, barbaric teeth marks there. Ah, oh! Dot dot dot. Ah. Looks like Miss Brett has realized something. So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all. Dot dot dot. Of course you would. But what is your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was ravenous. She's insulted by you. Ravenously hungry and couldn't help herself. Oh gosh, you fudge popsicle. Tot tot tot. Oh, whatever you say, dear lady. As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer. Of course, this will all be over in the blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put this rookie in his place. I've heard enough. You irritating little spectacled samurai relic. Oof. Save everything. Okay, so that's all he said. Of course. Dear, I'm not gonna say the extended one because that always hurts my throat. Dear lady. Okay, I did it anyways. What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers many times? Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implications of these teeth marks in the steak have for her. Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this? Probably not, but I do. The second brain. Sort of. The extra half brain. Yes, now at last it'll all come together. Or it's all come together. I said it wrong. The mysterious teeth marks in the steak that had allegedly been eaten with cutlery. The reason why the bloodstain I know I saw somehow seems to have disappeared. And, most importantly, what is with these yawns? The evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day. Except these teeth marks in the steak are a little unnatural, as you put it, counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us? This isn't her steak. Everything, Your Excellency. Everything. Yes, I believe that these barbaric teeth marks in the steak here amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson. Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today? Oh, you little tart. Checking something really quick. You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase, typical Japanese empty threats. Gosh, I want to call her so many adult curse words. How can you be so sure? Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago. To be fair, it wasn't given to me. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet. Ah! Hasn't been... What? Just because it hasn't been shown yet, doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist. Of course you would. This is absurd. The trial has run several hours already, and you say there's evidence yet to be brought forward. There can't be. I don't believe you have it.
Objection.
I don't, but there's someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. Finally! Exclamation dot! And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case. He did the thing! He pointed! Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense in this trial. Who possesses the conclusive evidence that will reveal the truth? It was the waiter!
Take that!
The waiter detective. The answer is obvious! This is Inspector Hosonaga! What? I have it. Yes. Mega Bear says, "Sorry, Aku, but that's the power of the main character. Of course there's more evidence." Yes, it is also called plot armor. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? Not on purpose, but it just seems like a lot of us are idiots. That's ridiculous. Coughing my lungs up. Cuff, cuff. No. I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention doesn't focus on this steak with the teeth marks. Yes. Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the court the following. I'd enjoyed chopping my way through a good steak. And as well as admitting to stealing Hassan's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the steak. You watch it, cadet. I am a superior officer. Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Was the steak that you put the coin under, in fact, your own steak? Attention! Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meal tied something under it. Oh, the wording of that is so bad and so weird, but so funny. In other words, the steak that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's meal.
Attention!
But that makes no sense. That plate was taken from the victim's table. She swapped it. Yes, the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor did she have any opportunity to steal the coin. Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire. Oh, shut your bill, you goose. Not even a good gander. Well then, how do you explain this paradox? Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched the two steaks over. Oh, come on. Y'all are so dumb this episode. Why are you so dumb this episode? Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Wow, you really are dumb. You did switch the plates? Dot dot dot. Well, after it happened, oh wait, did he? When I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my steak and hid the coin underneath it. But then when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I'd had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. Beginning my marching orders. So when the cadet there was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. Wow, that's so much dumb. With military precision and timing, I switched my steak with the one on the foreign lady's table. I did not mean to push that button so early. What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing. It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done. Unbelievable! However, fear not, Prosecutor-san. What now? I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform. That is all I did, sir. All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant.
Yes!
So, if Sergeant Nosa switched the plates over, it means that he took Miss Brett's steak, the plate it was on, back to his own table. Yes, that follows. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Earlier in the trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. That to preserve evidence, you had taken both. Ah! That's correct. Evidence! Evidence! Then please, present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot.
Shut up!
What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat. I can't have the slightest bearing on this case.
Objection!
Haha, she's ruffled. No, you're not wriggling your way out of this time, lady. Squirm. I beg your pardon? Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why this steak ban promises to prove such a problem for you. No. Humph. You're the ones who decided it was a problem, not me. The reason the defense asked to see the plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing. Thinks he remembers. I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear splattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. Exclamation dot. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett. Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Present the steak. It sounds so good. Present the beefsteak and plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident. Yes, sir. Oh, he's so determined. Here we go. Sorry for keeping you. Here's the other steak and its plate. Please, feel free to examine it. Woohoo! Progress! The blood stain is clearly visible.
Yes!
Now this makes everything clear. The blade you can see on the side of the plate shows that at the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo-san to have shot the victim. It can't be! In fact, there's only one person who could possibly have shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone by now knows, or I just mixed up my words. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. I take so much joy from this. That's right, Miss Giselle Brett. It's you! Please, 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 please do the thing. Oh, her poor hat. I feel mostly sorry for the hat than anything else. Dot, dot, dot. Outdone by a Japanese. Me? Oh, take your loss with... Well, actually, no. You can't even take it with grace, can you? By a Japanese schoolboy? No, no, no! Ooh. Whoa. Yeah! I'm not gonna... What is it? What the heck? Ah! That is a strong swan. Oh, look at them! They're so cute! Yeah, apparently it was an actual goose. Mega Bear says, wait, it's an actual duck? Fashion is weird. Oh, swan. Why did I think it was a goose? But... Mega says, or swan. I keep calling it a duck. I kept calling it a goose, so... Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me. No forgiveness for you, you soggy biscuit. Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time. ... Gladly, Your Excellency. Then why didn't you say anything earlier? Also, that was a hilarious scene. It was I who took the professor's life using Yay, I'm innocent! As you surmise, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning. So, you plan to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water. Because is unheard of here in Japan. Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water, and it would be all over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone, and leave immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose? Yes, you. Who else? You're the one who futternucked for my plans. Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor, it meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point. So I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment. Ooh. Can't wait to figure out to learn how this came about. A plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man. ... I happen to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of kihuhu in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed under my skirt. Aha! I called it! If I could point with my VA tuber, I would. But hey, we were alright. It was definitely hiding under her skirt. So at least there's that. Sort of. See? We called it. She had so many spots to hide a gun. Under your skirt. So I was right. There were two guns. Yes, cursive. And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor. Placed where you were sure that I would notice it. And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun, as I'd intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up, bang! That's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point, he was already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared. Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo... Why am I suddenly having trouble? I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoined the kitchen and locked him inside. That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor and his chair around. Because, of course, you needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he picked up the gun. ... So there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor. That is way more than a misdemeanor. Don't you downplay this. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dots. Dot dot dots. Your Excellency. Yes. I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later? I shall call on you. Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san. Why would I? You are the worst. I'm waiting for the motivation. I hope we get the motivation eventually, because I would like to know why you had to kill the professor. It would seem this trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution is in agreement. This can't be! I am so sorry, I wish I could pronounce names better. Does not lose. Not to the likes of this rookie student. Ha, take that. You'd better start getting used to tough opposition. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? Yes? This insult to the family name will never be forgotten. You've become conceited with age, Council, but the old have to stand aside to make way for the new. Ah! Ooh, get a new thing! In the way of the world. Or, it's the way of the world. May you never forget that. Bro, you're so awesome, Kazuma! I mean, that was great! Mega Bear says, honestly, if there's an insult, it would be at himself. Agreed. Let's see. Kazuma says, 1,000 millennia may pass, and still the Uxie will never measure up, or the curses, stutters. And still the Uxie clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan. This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case. Despite being stacked against me. I thank you, Your Excellency. The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world. But the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and new procedures of justice. The new future of law awaits, but what it will look like I cannot begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Asagi. Yes? After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all that you can, absorb everything of the wider world that you're able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. I'm so proud of my bro. ... I understand, Your Excellency. What's with that face? What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden? Never mind. Oh no, please don't let something happen to him. I like my bro. As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Oh, yes! In you, I sense, how can I put it? Unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that onwards. Thank you, Your Excellency. Not guilty! Woo! Yeah! Not guilty, not guilty. It's time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruto, not guilty. Woohoo! Yeah! Yay! So happy, so happy, so happy! This court is now adjourned. Skullbot says, break time at last. Oh, you'd think. You'd think. Because there's still more story to read. I will, however, take a water break at least. And Big Bear says, woo! Oh, hey, we just hit the 2-hour mark, too. Awesome sauce. So glad I'm able to last so much longer with streaming. I am gradually meeting my goals. Although video games do make it easier. Let's see. 22nd November, 2:46 p.m. Supreme Court of Justice, Defendant's Antechamber, number 5. Skullbot says, I mean at work, you silly. Okay, that's fair. My bad. Just the sorry, Skullbot, but the timing was hilariously well timed. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself. I made it through that horrendous trial. Woo! Ryunosuke. You finally pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. The power of friendship and bromance, man. Thank you, Kazuma. No, it was a pleasure to watch you at work. So, you owe me an extra-large sukiyaki from the place on Yume University Street. Don't forget. Anything for you, bro. The bromance is real. Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off. Oh, I thought it was the older guy. Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence. I don't remember what voice I had for her. Interesting judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know. Refresh. Sorry, how to refresh the thing. Oh no, I didn't do anything. Thank you so much! If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned. Phew, turned out. Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Your father? Yes, of course. Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Miko assistance to the defense. Speaking of Mikotoba. There you are. I believe congratulations are in order. I have mixed feelings about you so far, Mikotoba. Mikotoba-san. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you, after all. Your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Good friend? Oh yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it? Skullbot says, gummy worms. I hope that's a snack and not a whole meal. Oh, sorry, focusing. Sorry, gummy worms are delicious, but a meal they do not make. And I am, really hungry. I'm gonna eat after this. Yes, that's right. Mega Bear says, gummy worms indeed. Sorry, but my brain is still focused on that delicious-looking game steak earlier. Professor Mikotoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably, that's when you met Dr. Wilson? Exactly. In those days, we worked together at the same hospital. Oh, you work together? Yeah, what is with this yachting? I've never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asogi. Exclamation dot. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world in science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all that I can. I'm gonna miss you, dude. Skullbot says, I prefer to be cooking a steak in a cast iron for me and gotcha. Steak sounds so delicious. Kazuma says, I swear on this, the spirit of the Asogi clan. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? Of course I am. Family heirlooms. That Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. And cuts down anything that's in my way. Yeah, I definitely have seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes. That reminds me, what's happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder. Skullbot 2070 says, it do. Oh yeah, with the deliciousness. I'm so hungry. Yes, her. Oh no, please don't tell me. Okay, let's find out. It's not easy to tell you this, but what do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit after all. We literally just proved beyond a shadow of a doubt. She will be leaving Japan in the near future for Shanghai. What? Shanghai? Nope. Wrong button. Grr. ... Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country. I'm sure of that. What? But why not? It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Inspector Hosonaga. Skullbot 2070 says, my wife craveth the steak. Well, steak sounds delicious. And Mega Bear says, why am I not surprised? Honestly, lol. Probably because it's dramatic storytelling, and it was very expected with all the peculiarities of this trial from the get-go. Inspector Hosonaga. It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must congratulate. But what's all this about jurisdiction? We cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? We can't try her? But then, who's going to bring her to justice? A British consular court will hear her case somewhere far away where our voices can't be heard. That is malarkey! But why a consular court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now that we've signed the friendship treaty. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. Then, so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court just like that? That is baloney. Oh, can't they? Yes, she's a student. But it doesn't justify our government's making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on. Even besides the fact that she had a live swan on her hat. ... So, Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan. I'm afraid for that, for the young student. Sorry to lose all my voices. Today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her. That is such I will think of a proper insult later. don't believe it. The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously. ... But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. Yes! This is a time of great turmoil, this new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yes, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it. I love you. Bro, you're so awesome. I'm gonna miss you. Also, that just feels so cool. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink. But, Professor, you're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun. I 10-4 agree to that entirely. In that case, I suggest La Carnival. As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink. Food, drink. It sounds so wonderful. You're a detective, Hosonaga-san, aren't you? Also, you really need to get that checked. Let's not worry about details for now. To La Carnival! I will look. You will. Will you accompany us, Professor? Megbear says, of course, for another murder thingy to happen. That's so true. Of course, La Carnival's food is second to none. I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release. Oh, yes, thank you. She's so cute. So, Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. I know, right? I was dying to know why. Can we go ask her before she leaves? Kazuma. Yes, Ryunosuke. I just wanted to say thanks again. That's all. You really saved my skin today. I didn't do a thing. Wrong. You had done everything, so don't be so modest. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work. Your skills made the difference, though. One day, I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. Not so sure about that. Question mark? Dots? To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me. What? Come on, be serious. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it. For being a defense lawyer, I mean. Oh no, not me. All that tense verbal combat? I never want to go through that again. Well, that was true. This would be a very short game. I did what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry, what do you mean, that's the point? Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No, the ability to believe. To believe? To believe what? A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times. Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. But you have to make a choice about what to believe in, and stick to it when you're defending someone. Yes! I love Ryunosuke, you are the support that is awesome. Sometimes in the courtroom, you can really get backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you chose to believe in even then, well, that's not something that anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. Believing in your client. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little real experience, but you never stopped believing in me. Well, you faced seemingly hopeless situations time and again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it through your own efforts, and because you never stopped believing in me. Thanks, Kazuma. It was so sweet. ... There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryunosuke. Anything for you, bro. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me. It sounds serious. What is... you're still here, are you? No, don't interrupt! Mega Bear, or not Mega Bear, sorry. Skullbot says, oh no! Oh, Inspector Hosonaga. I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go. Thank you. We'll be right there. Yes, I need to know the favor. Tell me the favor. Tell me the favor. Let's pick up this conversation again later. No! Tell me now. There might not be later. We should be celebrating right now. First court victory. And your study tour to Great Britain. Don't forget. Yes, that too. Mega Bear says, no! So, my very first trial came to an end. Kazuma, who acted as my assistant. No, Kazuma was the assistant. I mean, she helped, but still. Inspector Hosonaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still. It was because of the help and support of all these people that I managed to get through that trial. But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Whew, excuse me, that yawn keeps getting me. Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Little did I realize, no, don't foreshadow, please. Just how much it would change my life. Okay, I was so worried that it's gonna be it, but he never got the chance. Ha! I got an award. See, yes, save, definitely. And then while it's saving, I can read. Mega Bear quotes, he's a little confused, but he got the spirit. Skullbot 2070 says, it's starting to... Oop, no! Curse you, controller. It's starting to get to me, too. Yay, I did it! Episode 2, The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Okay. Checking the time. Okay, got 15 more minutes. I'm gonna play through a little... Or not a little bit, but like the... what's the word? Skullbot 2070 says, the sleepiness. Oh, yeah, definitely, for sure. Sorry about that. I don't mean to yawn. But, okay, so I'm going to play just a little bit of this episode in a, like, in the next episode type of way, just to see what's going on. Let's see. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Start playing from this episode, yeah. I want to see what's going to go on. Skullbot 2070 says, you're good, hun. Thanks, Sub. Oh wait, did I ever... Oh well, too late now.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath.
Sholmes.
In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness.
Sorry about the squeaky chair.
See it, Wilson, he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. the victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Nifty words for calling a snake a snake. So, there's a preview of the next episode. Oh, still going. Never mind.
So then, let us unravel this mystery
Nope.
and discover what events led to this curious murder.
Ta-da-da!
Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted.
Alright, no further. For the fact of, I need to say this for the next episode. Alright, so, let's see. Mega Bear says, oh, Mark says, lol. Yeah, okay. Brain focusing. Mega Bear says, aw. I know, I'm sorry, but I got appointments I have to go to in a town that's like an hour away, so I gotta start getting ready now. Like, eat lunch and things. Food. It sounds delicious. Alright, so I'm gonna start ending this episode now. Any news? Oh, just in case you didn't hear earlier, my fingers still work, so I don't know when I'll be able to do crochet streams again this week. But I'll be sure to adjust the schedule if my fingers feel better later, or sooner than later. I really hope sooner, because I really want to do crochet steps. I miss crochet steps. But anyways, that was a fun episode, and got to prove my cursed stuttering. Skullbot 2070 says, "Please call me if you need to, honey. I will hubby." Sorry, it feels weird to call you hubby to your username. And Mega Bear says, that's all fine. The stream was very fun. It's great hanging around. Agreed, it's been so nice, and I've been having fun with everybody, and it's just, oh, and also just this type of game is just my jam. I love this gameplay style. Alright, so I've got to start getting ready. Is there anything else I needed? No other new notes. Okay. Alright, bye everybody. Gonna start ending the stream. Thanks for the lurking and the watching and the talking with me and the just thank you. It's made it so much more fun. Mega Bear says, I hope your hand gets well soon. Stay safe, everyone, and have a good day. Bye, Skullbot. Bye, everybody. See you, stutters. I really need to relearn these keys. Skullbot says, toodles. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. I just realized I don't have my stream box up. And, yeah, okay, one more bye. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow, tonight, whenever my next stream is titled. I forgot. Bye, everybody. Bloop, 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 bloop.